All right, I'm here. I'm not late. I'm not late. I'm early. Huh? It's 12:03. That's early. The problem is I passed out from shock because I came in here to do it and Kyle was actually already awakened in the shower, which means he woke up before noon. I passed right out. I passed right out from shock. Right, Kyle? I told him I'm late because I passed out from shock because you were awake before noon. Yeah, good morning. All right. Hey, there was another. Open the door. Open the door. Let's open the door.
Yeah.
There was another wren in the kitchen this morning. The one that was in your room got out of the house, right?
Yeah.
Well, how are they getting in?
Maybe the AC unit.
No, I mean, we're gonna have to look downstairs. I wonder. We've got to check if there's a way they could be getting in through the pellet stove. Remember, I heard that noise in the pellet stove that other night.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're getting in through there. All right. Yep. Hey, everybody. Yeah, we've got wrens, the birds. Kyle was taking a nap yesterday, and all of a sudden there was a bird in his room flying around. And I went out into the kitchen this morning, or maybe an hour ago. There was another bird flying around. I have no idea how they're getting in. Windows are closed. We're not, the door's not open for the dogs or anything. But if you guys remember, I was sitting there during the live stream last game, and I thought I heard a noise coming from the pellet stove. And I just wonder if they've come in, because we don't use that chimney. So I just wonder if they've come in through the chimney into the pellet stove and found a way out of the pellet stove. There's a nest in the vent. Yeah, but there's the vents are on the floor. Like there's no way, because it's not central air. We've got a furnace, but the heating vents are in the floor. So I have no idea. There's no place that we've seen. Dana says maybe it's a message from the dogs, right? Yeah, maybe. Must be fake recaps again. Hey, Sean. No, I try not to. If I don't watch the game, I don't want to pretend that I watched the game and do a recap. So being that it was such a late one, we just missed that one and get back to normal here. We got 3 games in 4 nights coming up starting Saturday. So you guys will be sick enough of me by next week. You won't miss nothing. JC says Kyle is Snow White. I don't know, man. I gotta find out. The thing is that Kyle took a nap. He was in his room. He was sound asleep. Doors closed, windows closed. He says just all of a sudden he woke up and there was a wren flitting around his head. So, yeah, Kyle is summoning all the cute critters and bovine creatures, right? Yeah, we start having, like, if cats and dogs start showing up in the house randomly. Dana says, oh my God, I just got my invoice for next year's season ticket renewal. They've increased the price almost 50%. My 2 seats this year were $3,400. The 2 seats for next season are $6,500? No. Yeah, if the 7 dwarfs show up, then we worry. Right. That's funny, JC. Dana, that's crazy. Holy crap. Two seats? So that's like $300 a month. Like if you financed it, it's like $300 a month. But which is all right, fine. But $6,500, now you're talking way over $500 a month. That's crazy. Damn. I guess that waiting list is going to get shorter, right? I mean, like from 3,400 to maybe 4,000, you're like, all right, they won the cup and everything like that. Holy crap, man. That's nuts. Jeez. Sean says the TNT broadcast was awful. They talked over the game so much. Yeah. I know a couple of you was going to send me passwords and what so I could watch the game. Like I said, there's something happened that day, that afternoon, but it was good. It was good, but there was just no way. There was just no way that I could focus on the game. And then Kyle forgot about the game, and it was like, you know what? I think the best thing we could do is not cover this game because I wasn't going to be focused. And to be honest, the stuff that happened was stuff that I need to keep my mouth shut about, but I was really, really, really excited about it. So that's kind of why I didn't make any videos, because I know my dumbass, I will say something that I shouldn't on the video. So it's good though. I don't want anybody to worry. It's actually good, but I have to shut the hell up. JC says there's no waiting list. It's just a marketing ploy to create a sense of urgency. Is that right? That's interesting. That's that. Well, I'm gonna create a waiting list for the recaps. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna say only 5,000 people get the recap link. Make sure you sign up to be on the wait list to get to the recaps. Only problem is 5,000 might be a bit high. I might be able to pull that off with like 500, maybe 50. I could probably pull that off with like 100 people. Right? Season tickets will not include the Winter Classic? Bruh. Wow. Let me guess. It gives you the ability to, it gives you like dibs on being able to buy tickets first. Dang, man. They won the cup and they got all cocky on themselves, huh? Jeez. That's a lot of cheddar, Dana. That's a lot of money. It's what, 41 games, right? 41 home games. So at 3,400, it was less than $100 a seat. But at 6,500, that's like $1.25 a seat, right? More than that. JC says, yeah, you get a day before tickets are sold to the general public. Damn. The Winter Classic is not included, but if you renew, you get priority pre-sale access, which basically means nothing. You still have to pay the full price, and that's the NHL. I see the NHL has control over that. Yeah, I wonder how much that's going to be. Like I said, Kyle and I, everybody on the stream talking about let's go to the Winter Classic until we see the prices for the ticket. Right? Like, does anybody know what the ticket cost was this year? Right? If they're more than $200, which I guess they would be, I'll have somebody with a ticket come pick me up. I'm not buying Brother Gene another $200 seat. Danny says, yeah, I'm probably not going to renew. I mean, I'm still paying off your Stanley Cup run to Edmonton, so it's going to be too much. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot. I mean, we all expect an increase, but holy crap. JC says, for me, the ticks and the cost of the flight cannot be justified. I'd rather buy another game used jersey at that price. Yeah, no, I understand that. Right, like I said, right now, Colin and I, we are at the want to go stage. But, let's put it this way. If we're doing the Rover thing and I put myself out there to, like with local advertising to watch dogs, and I got all sorts of ideas with that now. Thank you again for that, JC. I have a feeling, JC, in the next book, instead of the story about the guy that I learned about eBay from, the story will be about the dude that mentioned Rover in the live stream. I hope that's where this goes. But if we're doing that next year, people go on vacation on Christmas. We charge more money to watch the dogs. I ain't going anywhere. Yeah, JC. Hey, you know, JC, I've lived long enough to know when those moments happen. You know what I mean? There's only a few moments in your life where you hear something that you're like, hey, wait a minute, I need to pay attention to that. And now that was definitely one of them. Yeah, the Jaws dog walking umpire. Well, I'm gonna have like a weekend package for the dogs, right? So it's like I'll pick them up on Friday, I'll bring them back on Sunday. On Friday they go to the beach, and then on Saturday they go to the river. I do everything that I did with my dogs, and you know, being that I'm willing to pick up, there's plenty of places that are pretty heavy in population within 40 minutes. I got nothing else to do. I got the van, I got the ramp, I have everything I need to do it. I have a feeling I'm gonna be able to do real well with that. And what better way to make your life than to get paid to play with dogs, right? Yeah. Oh, and the other idea with that, JC, I have an I'm gonna call it Flying Fluffy Doggy Daycare, but I'll have a YouTube channel with it. So like, you know, I'll have my GoPro and I'll film everything where all the dogs are at the beach and the river. Same thing I used to do. Same thing I used to do with my dogs. Everything I did, I just why you know I guess the idea just wasn't going to come to me. You know what I mean? Because of the way I like kind of compartmentalize things. But now, the more I've thought about it, the more I realized that yeah, live feed camera exactly, JC. The more I started to think, you know, the brain starts to work and be like, hey, wake up, you know, right? There's been a lot of stuff behind the scenes. Like I said in the grading video, there's been a lot of stuff behind the scenes I haven't been able to tell you guys about. That has really, really been a massive drain on my energy. And I'm not talking about like being late on bills and shit like that. I mean, that's part of it. But I've had to come to terms with just how, um, well, I've had to come to terms with how certain other people are. I can't talk about it, but I can't talk about it for legal reasons. We'll put it that way. Somebody had asked a question. Solby says, "Hey, Jaws, did I see the episode called Cats and Rinks? Think that it's called. They were talking about trade talk names. No, I did not. I did not see that. But if you wanted to send it to me, anybody ever wants me to watch something and review it, just send it to flyingfluffyhockey@gmail.com. Yeah, the Jaws Doggy Spa. Why not, right? I mean, I'm right here. I got everything I need. I got an acre fenced in. The river is right there. The beach is right there. The park is right. I mean, the park is a 2-minute drive in the car. It can be their whole. You know, I can put together a whole thing. I go to get them. Why not? Yeah, you envision the dog sanctuary being built. Yeah, it could it could move that way, right? Dana, yeah. I put Kyle and I on there as a team, but I only gave them my information because I'm stupid. So they got back to me and they're like, "Hey, since you're a team, because they do a background check, so I needed to give them Kyle's information, and then they're gonna do the background checks, and then they'll approve us. But everything should be fine." Metal says, "I made a chart about the Panther standings for the school project recently. That's cool. Then I can partner with Benny's buddies in the Humane Society." Well, it's interesting, JC. I actually already have something coming up in spring that I've been putting together that nobody knows about. I might have told Dana. I might have told Dana this. It's not got anything to do with the channel, but it's basically going to be some live local shows that I'm doing. And it will be benefiting the Humane Society, but it will help me get clients for the coaching and the reading business. So I actually was already talking with the Humane Society people about that. So I think I can start to see there's pieces of stuff that's going to come together here rather quickly. Yeah, JC, I'm ready. I'm that's how I know something's right for me. It's like as soon as I think about it, it's just like the it's like with the recaps, right? If you watch the first month of the channel, it just like I made that video and then all of a sudden I was doing skits like every 3 or 4 days. It's like that's how I knew it was right. You know? So JC, don't forget to let us know when it's up so we can book with you and your rating right. You won't actually have to sit. But yeah, I appreciate that, JC. Yeah, once once I get it all up. Yeah. Hey, Kenneth. Someone left the door open. That's okay. That's all right. Maybe I should I don't want to call it NHL fan community chat because then we'll get Bruins fans. And other than Paul from the locker room and Raven, right? Nobody wants Bruins fans here, right? There's probably got to be one watching right now. I'm just going to say, hey. Oh. Speaking of the Bruins, I was looking at the standings this morning. So now, Bruins are in the 7 seed, but then the Jackets and Penguins are 1 point behind, tied for the 8 seed. The Rangers are only 4 points out. The Senators, Canadians are 3 points out. Right? But Bruins have 44 games played. So it is just, and now the Flyers are in last place. But everybody is within just a couple of games. It's crazy. JC says the fact that you get to have small adventures at the beach or river and small hikes and activities will really set you and Kyle apart from the rest. I appreciate that, JC. Yeah. That's kind of what I was thinking was that, I just keep the prices reasonable, like, competitive, and offer to go get them and take them around with the beach. I got all the videos and all the pictures and stuff with the beach and the river. I still got all the ropes. I mean, I have everything. So, and it'll do me. Even Kyle's ready. I talked to him about it, because for a little while it was like we couldn't even think about having another dog around. But doing it this way, it's other people's dogs. They come, they visit, they play. Maybe they spend the night every once in a while, but it's not, it's not the same emotional level for us. You know what I mean? And, you never know. Eventually somebody, I'm sure, I wonder if there's like dog walkers where like, well, they dropped them off to get a walk and then they never came back and got the dog. Right? I wonder if that happens. I'm just thinking about that now. Well, they paid me $30 to watch the dog and then they just never came back. I mean, that has to have happened to somebody, right? JC, let us know what you're missing, like crates, blankets. Yeah. All right, JC, I appreciate that. Crates are the one thing that I'm not going to have, I know, because I never put mine in crates. I didn't have crates for the dogs until Sonia and Ellie. Was it Sonia and Ellie? No, we had to put, when Sonia and Ellie, this is funny, when they were younger, we had to put muzzles on them when we left the house because Sonia would eat the wall. We would go to dinner and a movie, we'd come back and she would have scratched out a piece of the wallboard and she'd be sitting there looking, she'd be eating it like a piece of pizza. And you'd walk in and she'd have her freaking piece of pizza there. She'd look at you like, what's up? And go back to eating the wallboard. So we put a muzzle on Sonia so she couldn't eat the wall, and Ellie would take it off of her. So we had to put a muzzle on both of them, only for maybe like 6 months before they got the hint that don't eat the wall, asshole. When they were really young. Hey, thank you, Dana. Thank you, Dana. Much appreciated. Thank you, Dana. It happens, but it's a criminal offense to abandon your pet. Yeah. Yeah, I know. That's sad. Hey, Frank says trade everyone. Kenneth says writing is on the wall. The Bruins are missing the playoffs. It's very possible because they've got so many more games played. They got 44 games, so like they're ahead a little bit, but Senators, Canadians, Red Wings all have 4 games in hand on them. It's crazy to see like the Jackets there. And it's crazy to look at the goals against. There's only a few teams in the Eastern Conference actually in the positive in the differential. Toronto, Florida, Tampa, Washington, the Devils, and the Hurricanes are the only 6 teams in the Eastern Conference with a positive goal differential. That's it. That's it. Everybody else is in the negative. And some of them are in the negative bad. I mean, the Bruins have lost 6 in a row. They have a negative 27 goal differential, but they're still in a playoff spot. And we thought the Eastern Conference was going to be the beast this year. I don't know about that. Ray says, you know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? Yeah, oh, that's right. We're playing Boston tomorrow, right? At 1:00? Yeah. I think we all know what's fixing to happen. Right? Who plays today? Canucks, Hurricanes, Canadians, Capitals. That should be good. At this point, I'm actually rooting for the Canadians to make the playoffs. Why not? Right? Certainly over Boston. And then Panthers, Bruins tomorrow at 1:00. Senators, Penguins tomorrow at 4:00. That should be a good game. Hey, Rosado, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, we love to snap teams' losing streaks. Exactly, Metal. Exactly. Tomorrow, Ottawa plays Pittsburgh. That should be a good game, honestly. That's at 4:00, so it's after our game is over. Yeah, we're 10-9 at home now. Oh, is the game at home? Yeah, the game is at home. Jeez. Yeah, 1:00 in the afternoon. Hey, Eric, he says, do I see us making moves by the trade deadline? Yeah. I would be shocked if we don't try to get a defenseman. I think with the emergence of Jesper Bohlquist, I think we feel pretty solid at forward. They might try to go get like a bigger guy for the 4th line, like a Lorentz or an Okposo. The only problem I have with that is that would take Samoskevich out of the lineup. That's not okay. So Samoskevich has got to continue to hold his own there. But I would be shocked if we didn't go get a defenseman. Unless honestly, unless Adam Bohlquist just suddenly becomes, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not saying he's not viable because he's so fast. He has talent. But he's got to channel that speed and all that energy a little bit better. I would be shocked if we didn't go out and get one veteran defenseman. Who do we have the cap for it and who's available? Yes and no. The guy that I've talked about wanting is Connor Murphy from Chicago because he's got 1 year left on his deal and he could be Ekblad insurance if we let Ekblad walk. We do not have the cap for him, so either they would have to retain salary or we would have to send some kind of salary back in return. Other guy that's available is Provorov. I don't know how you all feel about him. Salary is, again, we don't have the cap space for anything. So anybody we get, we're going to have to pay them to retain salary, or we're going to have to send salary their way. Frank says, according to some sources, Bowman, Byron, Henry Yokohara, and Yanni Gordon Taylor Hall are the Panthers' targets. I mean, Yanni Gordon, Taylor Hall, boy, you want to say, I mean, what are they going to do? Send Sam Miskevich back down to the AHL? Damn it. That would be stupid. Where's all the money coming for that? Meadow says this season has been bad defense and goaltending equals great offense, or good defense and goaltending equals bad offense. Yeah, that sounds right. It took me a second to figure it out, but yeah. Kenneth says, I'm going to will the Bruins out of the playoffs. Panthers 2 points tomorrow. Frank says, but the same sources last year were also dead wrong. You know, Frank, the Panthers have become the new Dolphins. And this is what I mean. For years, not so much like the last half dozen years, but for a long time, all of the agents would drop the rumor that the Dolphins were interested in their client because Ross was known as just being stupid in terms of the money he was willing to hand out. So the agents would release the information that the Dolphins are interested in so-and-so, and it would help drive up the price for that player, and the Dolphins never were interested. And now I kind of feel like that happens a little bit with Florida to get, you know, a team might think, oh God, we don't want the Panthers to get Taylor Hall, so they'll go after him. Something to that effect. So that's why I think a lot of that stuff ends up just being hogwash, because it's a lot of that stuff is just the agents playing games. Frank says, remember, the cap is prorated. That's why teams waiting to the trade deadline, so the actual cap is less. Right. Metal says, I still like Nosek and a pick for Stenlin. I agree there. Craig says, yeah, like the trade bait about Benny. I won't, until I wake up, like the day I did with the Kachuk trade and read it on my phone, until that day happens, I would be, there's not a strong enough word that means shocked that would describe my feelings if they traded Sam Bennett in the middle of this season. Unless it was just some like I joked in the video, unless it's Ekblad and Bennett for McKinnon and Makar. You know what I mean? Because there's just no way you can trade Sam Bennett from this roster and think that you're repeating, unless you're getting back something absurd that is not coming back. So there's just nothing you can say, not you, but nothing anybody's going to make me believe that they're going to trade him, because you're just completely waving the white flag on the season if you did. We are not winning a cup, Barkov, Lundell, Luosterainen, or Barkov, Lundell, Boquist. It's just not going to happen. I love Lundell, but Bennett is too important, especially after having lost Lomberg, Cousins. You've got to have Bennett out there in the playoffs, or teams are going to beat the crap out of us. Metal says, if Bennett goes to Toronto, I want OEL, Stolars, and Domi. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, Bill Zito would literally undo all of his good. I don't even know if Zito traded Bennett to Toronto, I don't even think I could give him credit for Gustav Forsling anymore. You know? Silva says, okay, but when is Sam Miskevich actually going to get a chance even on the third line? He's not. I don't think he ever will. We're going to extend Boquist. We're going to get another D-man. It doesn't work. Silva, I think that for this year, I may have to begrudgingly agree with you, but at some point, I don't think Samoskevich is going anywhere because he is either Erod replacement or E2 replacement. Not saying he's the same player, but eventually we can't pay everybody, even the $3 or $4 million that they're getting. So while I agree with you for this year, I have a feeling Samoskevich is fixing to get the shaft here for the playoffs, unless somebody gets hurt. You know, I don't think they'll get rid of him or anything like that because I think he should be considered part of the future. Hey, MJ, how you doing, bud? Thank you, MJ. Says happy Fridays, Jaws, TGIF. I'm back again. First time in a while on back-to-back streams, and we appreciate that, brother. Panthers in second place. Crud, we need a trade. Double headlines in a moment. Thank you, MJ. At least we're not in third place. If first or second, at least we get home ice in the first round of the playoffs, right? That's important. Very important, especially considering who we might play. Oh man, my throat. So we're supposed to get more snow tonight. So that's nice. We're supposed to get another 2 or 3 inches tonight. The snow that we got the other day hasn't melted yet. So that's always good. Every once in a while Colin and I went to the beach yesterday about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We hung out for a while. I got some video. We had, because everything's frozen over. I got some video of the ice and all of that. It wasn't the same without the dogs. That's the first time I'd been out there with it frozen up and everything without the dogs. It was weird. No doubt. Yeah, the beaches in the winter are quite peaceful. Yeah, the waves, if you guys remember the videos, you've seen the rocks that are there, the long bits of rocks that protect the shoreline. The water's frozen over them. So like the waves would hit the rocks, but then the water is frozen. Like when it was really, really cool. I got video of it. MJ says it's in the mid-20s. Yeah, we're at 31 right now. We're at 31 right now. I don't think we're supposed to get above freezing for a few more days. They say today it might get 32. Oh no, it's going to warm up a little bit. Saturday 34, Sunday 38. But then by next week, next week we got high at 27, low of 19, high at 29, low of 19. Wait a minute. Uh-oh, that's more snow. This is next weekend. Oh, crap. That's Saturday. Is that rain or snow? Oh, it might rain all day Saturday? There's no way it's going to rain at that temperature. That's going to end up being snow. They don't know what the hell they're talking about. Rosado says there's a possibility that it will snow at Disney World. Frank. Frank says, hey, I hear California is nice and warm. You should move over there. I was in Miami when it snowed in 1976. I was in kindergarten. And it was about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, I believe. And it was flurries outside. And they brought us all outside, and we were catching snow flurries in our hand. And they would melt the second they hit it. But it did snow. I was there. It's a true story. Craig says Oregon coast beaches during the winter can be nasty. 25-foot seas and 40-mile-an-hour winds. Yeesh. Damn. Y'all got great whites out there, Craig? Because that sounds like good surfing. It sounds like good surfing. Sounds like good way to commit suicide while surfing. But they probably got a bunch of great whites in that water, right? I ain't surfing where there's great whites. Yeah, that's what I figured. Yeah. I ain't worried about stupid spinner sharks and all of that. Although the bull sharks, they can be a pain in the ass. But if there's great whites around, I know I'm good. I'm good. Oh, that's different, right? It's like the other sharks, it's like as long as you don't do anything stupid, most of the time the only sharks are gonna mess with you really are the bull sharks and the great whites. And the bull sharks can be they're called the bull shark. They're a pain in the ass. They're stubborn as hell. Right? But the great whites, they just don't give a hell. They don't give a fuck. Hey, thank you, MJ. I'll answer that in a second, Metal. Thank you, MJ. Thank you, buddy. He says, headlines part 1, more wildfires popping up in California, worst ever. Deshaun Watson had a second ACL surgery. NFL moves the Rams-Vikings game to Arizona. Vince McMahon paying $1.7 million to SEC. And Hoda Kotb leaves the Today Show. That name reminds me of the woman that does the football. What's her name? Hadidi Kinkiwahala Wababa. I'm butchering it. I love her name, man. It's like Aditi Halawabala or Akala. What the hell's her name? What the hell's her name? I don't know how to say it. What the hell is her name? It's like Hadidi or something like that. But I don't know how to spell it enough to get it into Google. Yeah, here it brought it up. It brought it up. She's a football NFL Network football woman. Aditi Kinkhawabala. Aditi, and then it's Kink Habwala. So it's like Aditi Kinkahababala. I can't say it, but it's like it's a great name. It's a beautiful name. It's like Capo Caco, right? It's like Capo Caco, man. Do I have ESPN Plus? Yeah, Rosado. Yeah, we do. Yeah, she's on NFL Network. She does like the sideline stuff from time to time. Yeah, Aditi Kink Habwala. But I always say it in a different. I always add a couple syllables because it's fun. Somebody had said something. Hold on a second. Somebody had said something. Hold on, one hand. Oh yeah, Michael says great whites are nicer than most sharks, at least in your experience. Well, nicer than the bulls. I mean, I just don't trust them. You definitely don't trust the bull shark, right? But the great whites, they're like, I don't know. I don't trust them. Some YouTube spear fisherman videos have great whites and they're like 15 plus. Yeah. That's why I don't understand that. Like spear fishing, and then you tie the dead fish to your body and then you swim with the great whites. Not sure on that. Metal says, why do I think hockey became my favorite sport? Once I saw it live, once I went to a hockey game in the 95-96 season and I saw it live and I realized how much more action and excitement there was as opposed to going to a football game and it's like 7 seconds of a play and then there's a wait and then there's commercial and you wait and you wait and you wait and then there's like 5 seconds of a play and then you wait. That's why. Michael says bull sharks are a-holes, great whites are like giant dogs. unless they think that you're a seal. Unless they think you're a seal. But yeah, the bull sharks are. That's what got me was a bull shark. That's why my email is called Jaws Got Me, because of the stupid bull shark. I went out. I told that story. I'm not telling that story again. Everybody's sick of that story. The one time I went out there. The one time I went out there. Son of a bitch. Yeah, bull sharks are a-holes, right? Yeah, Michael says, yeah, just don't look like food and great whites just want pets. Yeah, exactly. Just don't look like food. Whoops, too late. Right? Whoops, too late. That's it. You know? It's like finding out if the 185-pound pit bull is friendly or not. He either is or it doesn't matter anymore anyway. I'll check that out, Craig. I'll check that out. Yeah, you know what else was? You know what else flowed right up next to you, Michael? Um, I had this happen. I was swimming. I was swimming in the Bahamas. This was 30 years ago, 35 years ago. I was swimming in the cut in the inlet in the Bahamas, Freeport, and I'm just swimming along parallel to the shore, and I kept looking over, towards the deep end, right? I'm not looking towards shore because what's going to be there, right? So I'm maybe 15 feet from the shore. I keep looking to the deep end, nothing's coming. Look over there, nothing's coming. I look over there, nothing's coming. I look towards the shallow end. There was like a 6-foot barracuda that had just floated. Right, he was just using me as shade. Right, I mean, he was huge, and he just looked at me with his big. He just smiled. He's like, "What's up?" And I said, "What's up?" And we just floated along for another. He didn't mess with me. He was mirroring me. And then eventually he kind of, with a wag of his tail, took off away from me. Yeah, they're scary, but apparently he wasn't all that hungry. He was using me as camouflage. I know it. He probably was, because I was closer to the deep end, so he was probably just floating along with me, waiting to see if he could sneak attack on something else. Hey, MJ, thank you, brother. Thank you, MJ. Yeah, it's crazy world. He said, headlines part 2. TikTok might get banned by the end of this weekend. Macy's is closing nearly 70 stores. Snoop Dogg will host the NFL honors. And there's a massive snowstorm in the southern U.S. right now. Now, what's the deal with TikTok? Michael says probably a dolphin on the other side of you. That's true. Okay, so MJ's got an answer for me. Supreme Court will decide if TikTok gets banned. What did they do? Now, correct me if I'm wrong. What I heard on the radio was that there was some legislation passed that's going to lead to maybe TikTok being banned. But I also heard that Trump was hoping that they wouldn't do it so they could come to some sort of basically amicable solution. Is that true? I heard it on the, I'll hear the news headlines in the car on the way to the post office. I see, MJ. Michael's everything in the ocean is scared of dolphins and orcas. Yeah, I wouldn't be a surprise if there was dolphins out there. We would see them, but I'd never thought about one, swimming next to me. Rosado says, well, if TikTok is banned, then I don't understand why everything else, right? Kevin O'Leary is trying to buy it, so it won't be banned. Michael says it's going to be banned from the app stores, but you can still third-party download it. Okay. Right. Yeah, now that what JC is saying, that much I get. And what MJ is saying as well. The thing of it is though it's like I'm not for or against it in the sense, but I know that there's a lot of people that are legitimate people that use it to advertise their business. So my concern with just banning it would be the effect that that would have on those people's livelihoods, on their businesses, and the downstream effect on that in terms of the economy. He says, but Apple users still don't know how to do that, so it effectively die. Yeah, MJ, I understand and agree there. I wish there was a way to eliminate the bad shit, right? You know. Exactly. MJ says Facebook and Instagram could also be used in negative ways as well, right? Oh, I see. Michael says China has age use restrictions and they refuse to put that on any other country. Oh. All right. So that's different. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been on Twitter. I post the video there every once in a while. I keep the Twitter account so I can post Matthias. There's a couple people I talk to there. But I haven't logged on and really been interactive in months. You don't see what you want to see. Like anytime I would go to Twitter and scroll, if you're not there all the time, like constantly training the algorithm to tell it exactly what you want to see, I see a lot of negative stuff that I don't have no interest in watching. I mean, some really nasty shit. And I'm no prude, you know what I mean? But that's not anything to do with what I want to see if I'm scrolling Twitter. And I tried like the For You tab and all of that. It's useless. Yeah, exactly. MJ says Twitter used to be fun. That's how this channel was built, MJ. That's why everybody calls me Jaws. Because the first year of the channel was 99% my friends from Twitter were watching the videos. You know, I mean, I used to be on Twitter all day long. And now it's just completely toxic, right? Dana, you say you actually enjoy X a lot more. I guess if you're there all the time and you train the algorithm what to show you, it probably works. But for somebody like myself, who maybe I only want to log in a couple times a week and look at hockey stuff, unless I curate a foolproof list, it's screwy because it shows you too much of what other people like, right? So if somebody that watches hockey also likes to watch, dog fighting, I've had dog fighting come up in my feed, and I'm like, what the hell is this garbage? This shit shouldn't even be on there. Too much Trump stuff. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't either way. I mean, the political stuff, I scroll past that, but there's just too many other things I see. And kind of the same way as Facebook, my problem really isn't my problem is if people want to put stuff there, they want to talk about Trump or they want to talk about whatever they want to talk about, that's fine. But my problem is I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. You know what I mean? Whatever it is. And so training the algorithm to not show me that stuff is just not worth my time. Kenny says Jaws needs a programmer to use a bot to view hockey all day. It's basically it, right? Right? Right, Michael. Yeah, no. And David's correct too. Yeah, the YouTube shorts. Right. Yeah, no, I know the political stuff is inevitable. Like it doesn't trigger me or anything like that. Used to. But now it's just like the biggest problem for me is that, like I said, they show you what the people that you follow, they show you what they like. And then they're going to pick the most popular stuff that the people that you follow have liked. So with hockey being such a small market sometimes, it'd be like hockey, MMA, a dog fight, another hockey post. It's just not worth the aggravation, right? Frank says just mute. Wait, what? Who's got mute? You're muted, or you're saying mute X? Yeah, I should be good. I should be good. Hey, thank you, MJ. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, MJ. So we're talking social media. It's okay to ask, did Fluffy and Ellie have Facebook and Instagrams? What would be on them? Mainly, I posted some of the stuff, but 99% of what I posted for them was on this channel, was the YouTube shorts and all of that. I really didn't post a whole lot elsewhere, and there's certainly nowhere else where their stuff was posted that it wasn't posted to the channel. Everything went to the channel first, and occasionally I would put something on Facebook or Instagram, but it was very, very, very occasional. But in terms of what would be on them, yeah, Ellie's bed. You know what I noticed the other day? I was going through some pictures. This is so sad. Don't make me cry. I didn't realize I did this, but the day before, there must have been a game the day before Ellie had her stroke. And after the game, I took a picture of them because Fluffy had gone onto her bed and they were sharing the bed. And it was weird because they both had like this sad look on their face. And I kind of thought, well, they're sad because they're having to share the bed. But then it was the next morning that Ellie had her stroke. I found that the other day. That was a long hour. I ain't gonna lie about that. JC says, Jaws, make Flying Fluffy channel a nonprofit so MJ can file it on his tax. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, right? Oh yeah. Frank says, by the Dana mentioned earlier, we're getting renovations for the arena. I went to a Seattle Kraken game, and boy, that arena is beautiful. I think we should get a new arena in a few years. I saw that we were going to get some renovations. I guess that's where all the raise in ticket prices is going, right? Hungry says, anybody else knows all the refrigerating experts coming out of the woodwork in the comments of any post about the Winter Classic? They'll pull it off. Boy, they better pull it off. Right? Right? Kenneth says, I watched too many videos. Facebook recommends you as a Facebook friend. Hey, thank you, Michael. Thank you, buddy. Thank you, Michael. He says, my site I've been working on to replace Cap Friendly ran into legal issues, but that should be cleared up by February. I was wondering about that. I was wondering what happened there. All right, I can understand that. Thank you, buddy. Much appreciated, man. Frank says tickets are fine. Parking is $45. Frank, were you on earlier when Dana got her invoice? Her season tickets, she has 2 season tickets. They went up from $3,400 to $6,500. She just got the invoice. They almost doubled in price from $3,400 to $6,500. Michael says, we actually just made a breakthrough in our cap data collection algorithm that will be able to give you the most up-to-date cap changes. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Yeah, that's good. That's good news, man. Right. That's good news. Yeah, MJ, for 2 seats. Yeah, exactly. The Stanley Cup tax. I mean, that's just crazy. I mean, but Dana's like a multimillionaire, so she can handle it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm just seeing if Dana's still here paying attention. Uh, Dana married Elon Musk. She's rich. She must not still be here. She'd be shooting me the bird. Either that or I'll get an angry emoji text any second. uh Dana want to get married. No, Dana's happily married. Right? Hey MJ, thank you, buddy. Thank you, MJ. This is another one. If you could get season tickets to any sports team other than the Panthers, what team would it be and why? If I could get season tickets to any team other than the Panthers, what team would it be and why? I would say the Flyers. I would say the Flyers. Because they're just 90 minutes down the road that way. 90 minutes down the road that way. And if I didn't want to go to the game, you could sell them, right? But if I had season tickets to all the Flyers games, then, you know, be easy. It'd be easy to date. Hey, you want to go to a hockey game? Hey, you want to go to a hockey game? Right? I'm not paying for these tickets, right? MJ, you didn't specify. Am I paying for the tickets or am I getting them for free? That makes the difference. Let me adjust my answer. Am I getting them for free or am I paying? Yeah, for MJ says Cubs or Packers. Oh, Packers. Oh man, yeah, right. Dave says I can't afford tickets, so you stop checking prices. MJ, I'm getting them for free. All right, then the Flyers. Absolutely the Flyers. Yeah. Because then what I can do is if I can find a Flyers fan, I can find a girlfriend that's a Flyers fan. I've got the tickets. She drives us to the games because I can't drive my decrepit ass all the way out there. Because I don't know if any of you have driven into Philadelphia, but like the elevated highways have elevated highways above the elevated highways. I mean, holy crap. So I'm certainly not driving into Philly. Yeah, Dave, overtime. Why not, right? Michael says you can make about $1,000 a week off Leaf tickets. That's crazy. Yeah, that's right. I must have a Flyers Tippett jersey. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I could get a girlfriend that's a Flyers fan. I got the tickets. I already like Owen Tippett. That'll work. That'll work. MJ, you've driven into Philly. It is. It is, man. I just want Flyers tickets so I can bring Owen Tippett back. I just want a picture. I just want a picture with him. That's all. Right? That'd be my luck. That'd be the only Panther or ex-Panther that'll have a picture with. Well, Billy would do it. Billy would do it. Chara wants to. We'll be streaming some NFL games. Yes. We won't be streaming anything Saturday because because the Panthers play on Saturday. But yeah, we're gonna putz around with some games, and I'm sure as long as it doesn't interfere with Panther stuff, we'll do the AFC Championship, NFC Championship, and the Super Bowl. I'm sure. And then somebody asked, they wants to know with Miami out, do I have an NFL team I'm rooting for in the playoffs? Detroit. I mean, well, anybody but Kansas City is the first answer. Like anybody but Kansas City. So like if Buffalo plays Kansas City, I'm a Bills fan. And it's not even a question. But I would like Dan Campbell to win the Super Bowl so that we can rub it into the Dolphins' face that we had Dan Campbell, and we decided that Dan Campbell was not good enough, and we sent him packing. That's so definitely definitely Detroit. Extremely Australian Open. I gotta look and see how she's done. Michael, no. MJ says the NFL is going to try to rig it to make Kansas City win. I hope not, man. I hope not. Frank, does anybody know when the Winter Classics tickets go on sale? I can't imagine. It wouldn't be till next year, right? I mean, I would assume it wouldn't be till next year. You need 2 for free. We all need 2 for free, right? Does anybody know? Thank you, Rosato, for letting me know they haven't started playing yet. If Buffalo wins, Buffalo will also riot. I'm here to see it. Sure. The team that I want to win is in whatever order it is, whichever team winning would be the most embarrassing to Ross, the owner of the Dolphins. Yeah, she reached the semifinals in like 2023. Yeah. I told Magda that I'm counting on being able to brag that I have a picture with me and top 5 ranked female tennis player in the world. So we've got to get that ranking up there because I need the bragging rights, right? MJ says, I propose we start a GoFundMe for the Winter Classic, tickets, hotel, airfare. No joke, right? We got to know how much. Does anybody know how much the tickets were this year for the Winter Classic? Oh, I get all the courts, by the way, on ESPN Plus for the Australian Open. Thank you, Rosato. I did not know that. Hey, something that'll actually work. Oh, that's okay, Incorrigible. Everything is good. Do I think we get the win tomorrow? I don't know, man. Playing at home, which is never good anymore. Playing on Saturday afternoon, which usually isn't good anymore. And we're playing against a team that's had a long losing streak, and we have a tendency to break those teams' losing streaks. So I wouldn't go putting any money on us to win tomorrow. That's for sure. Right? JC says astronomical pricing. Am I a Miami Hurricanes fan? Well, I'm not a fan. Now, I grew up as a diehard Hurricanes fan. I grew up in the Jim Kelly, Vinny Testaverde, Bernie Kosar era. I still remember crying when the win streak was over. Was it Penn State or Notre Dame that beat us? Was it Notre Dame that beat us to end the win streak? Or was it Penn State? I think it was Notre Dame, right? There were $300, Rosato. Jeez. But I still remember us losing, finally losing a game. I remember watching that on my little black and white TV in my bedroom in Mady Ives, whatever age I was. And then, of course, eventually, I never went to the college, so eventually I'm still a fan. I pay attention, but I haven't really paid much attention, once I was into hockey and married and kids and all of that stuff. Have I ever seen the ESPN documentary on the Hurricanes? No, I have not. A lot of times that kind of stuff I save to watch over the summer. I don't know what this summer is going to be like because I'm gonna try to run a doggy day camp she's supposed to play Saturday. All right, Rosato, thank you. Thank you, Rosato. During the summer, we're gonna have the doggy summer camp. We're gonna have doggy summer camp. Oh, so it's Sunday. All right, Rosato. Yeah, the doggy day camp. Yeah, man. I go pick them up, bring them to the river, bring them to the beach, give them a bath, dry them up, drop them off back home. Cordial says Notre Dame is getting their teeth kicked in by OSU or Texas. Not betting advice, but just saying, however, never count out the BS luck doing Irish. Right? Right? Rosado says, can I get community service hours? Michael says, if the Panthers lose on Saturday, I'm homeless and my wife and kids are going to leave you. Well, how attached to the wife and kids are you? I mean, it's a legit question, right? I mean, if they leave you, if they abandon you, just saying, it might alleviate some responsibilities. I don't know. They're gonna come back. That's the thing. Like 98% of the time, they're gonna come back, right? So you may as well just let them go, have the weekend to yourself, because you know they're coming back. It's like, I'm mad at you. I'm taking the kids to Disney by myself this weekend. Goodbye. You think about what you did. It's like, oh, don't threaten me with a good time. You know? Wait, you're going to leave me here alone for the weekend without the kids? Oh no, please, no, stop. Don't go. Here's an extra $100. Just go. I mean, don't. Please stop. No. Michael says, yeah, this would be the first big loss. Kenneth says, I can only dream. Oh. Yeah, a weekend alone, right? Dude, it was so weird, Kenneth. It was so weird when, Fluffy had already died. Kyle was at his mom's house for the weekend. And that was the day that Karen left. She was gone by like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And she left. And I'm like walking around the house and I'm like, there's nothing else in the house but me. There's no kid. There's no dog. There's no fish. There's no bird. There's literally no other living soul in the house other than me. And that had not been the case for me to actually be alone in a home without at least some kind of animal. I mean, since 21 maybe. And it was so weird. It was like this surreal feeling, like a little bit spooky. You know what I mean? Because I always had like fish or a dog. There was a cat or a bird, something. But it was just nothing. MJ, yeah, it was really, really weird, man. Jeez, JC. Oh, if only that would solve anything, right? If only that would solve anything. Oh, man. I wish those were the problems. But, you get to a certain age and those aren't your problems. Somebody being a pathological liar becomes your problems. And then you wish that the problem you're joking about was the problem. Because when somebody's a pathological liar, it runs deep until you find the bottom of the barrel. Put it that way, right? MJ says, I remember when I lost my mom, and the day after she passed, I was all alone in the house, and it was scary. Isn't it weird? Isn't it strange? Where you just you suddenly realize there's nothing else. Like, if you have a dog, the dog comes up and gives you a little hug and you pet the dog and you're not alone. Like that, it was really an eerie feeling. It's hard to describe. Yeah, MJ, you're very, very weird. Yeah, it's odd. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for today. I got to go do my eBay pack and ship. Oh, wait. We got Rosado's his uncle gave him good advice for girls. It's called, eye contact. Yeah, eye contact. You'd be surprised how easy it is to break eye contact with somebody and you don't even realize it. Yeah. No, that's good advice, Rosato. If you catch them sneaking a peek, you don't bat when they do the when they look away, you don't. You know? That's what your sister told you anyway. Yeah, no, it's true. It's absolutely true. If in the beginning they realize that you are secure enough, if you're secure enough in how you present to not break eye contact with them when they catch you having eye contact, you're done. In a good way. You're completely in. They're completely in your frame, right? Yeah, what Michael's saying? I haven't deleted the text messages from your dad. Yeah. You still have your mom's emails. Yep, that's enough sad for today, right? Well, I will leave you with this since we've had enough sad for today. Today is 6 months since Fluffy. Today, about an hour ago, 6 months. So there he is. There it is. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the support. Thank you very, very much for all the super chats and everything. All right. Everything is going well. There's things I cannot tell you about yet, but there's some stuff that is going well. We'll put it, yeah, I know, 6 months, man, right? Yeah. Crazy. You know? Rosato. All right, everybody. Thank you again. We'll see you tomorrow. Game starts at 1, so we'll be live about 1:45. Don't do this again, Rosato. Yep, always miss Fluffy and Ellie. Yep. All right, everybody. Appreciate all the support. I'll see you tomorrow.